Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. A very warm welcome to you all, and sincere apologies for the slight hitch that we've just had. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to carry on where we left off yesterday. Just remind ourselves with a couple of the last paragraphs. We're on chapter 10, which is called Beyond the Boundaries of Words, and we're on page 94. So, Guru Ram Das's words should resonate with you. After all, how many of you treat your servants with respect? You're ready to shout at them, verbally abuse them at the top of a hat. You don't have any qualms on spending thousands of rupees on your clothes, but have no shame in haggling for a mere 5 rupees with the poor rickshaw driver. Indeed, man worships money. Who will respect you if you don't have money, status? But here Jeta received the grace of his master, and he became Guru Ram Das. But even after becoming Guru Ram Das, he remained Ram Das, humble as ever. When Guru Amar Das left his body, Jeta took the seat as Guru Ram Das, but his humility and attitude of service became even deeper than before. In his heart, he remained a disciple, selflessly serving others with no trace of ego left. After all, he had the great responsibility of looking after the clan of none other than Guru Nanak Dev. Once some people had come from far to pay their respect to Guru Ram Das. It so happened that Guru Ram Das was strolling in the garden when the visitors arrived. Now they had never seen the Guru before. The Guru promptly went to their assistance, arranged for their food and rest room and the night, and also took care of their horses. The visitors were very pleased with the service they had received, thinking that the Guru had kept very efficient and caring servants. They thought this person was a servant hired by Guru Ram Das. In the morning, they went for the Guru's darshan. To their horror, they realized that it was the Guru himself, who had been serving them the previous day. They were filled with great regret and guilt. But the Guru quickly dispelled this, saying that I am a mere servant of my master and will always remain so. I am but a dog in my master's house. It was his grace that he has put me in this position, but in my heart I am nobody. I will willingly give up my life for my master, who lifted me from the dirt of ignorance and taught me how to live my life, who squashed my ego with such ease, who broke all the barriers of my mind. May I sweep his abode with my hair? Oh how can I ever express my gratitude? It is indeed exceptionally rare to see such humility, such an attitude of service, with no trace of any egotism whatsoever. Some days ago I had sung this song. Sing, O mind, Guru, Guru. Guru has given me invaluable Lord's name. Guru is my Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. I wish to bow to Guru always. Guru wakes up my good fortune. Guru is giver of the 3 worlds. Guru, Guru, sing, O mind. There is an interesting anecdote from Buddha's life. Once a poor man named Sudas found a beautiful lotus flower in a pond behind his house. The flower was not only exquisite, but also unseasonable. Hence, this poor man thought it would fetch him a handsome price. Sudas walked towards the market holding the stem of the lotus in his hands. A rich merchant noticed the flower and he went straight to the poor chap and asked him the price. Sudas said he would leave the price to the merchant. So the merchant offered him 50 rupees, which was a huge sum of money in those times. Sudas was surprised. He had never expected that kind of a price for the lotus. The merchant clarified that he wanted it for someone who was as beautiful as the lotus. Whilst this interaction was going on, the king happened to pass by, and he too noticed the flower and immediately offered to buy it from the seller. Sudas replied that he had already agreed to sell it to the merchant for 50 rupees. The king said he was willing to pay 500 rupees for the lotus. Now Sudas was really intrigued. What was so special about that flower? The merchant had said that he wanted to offer it to Buddha, the enlightened one, and the lotus would be the most appropriate offering for him. The king said that he too wanted to offer it to Buddha. Now the merchant and the king started arguing, as each was desperate to get their hands on the lotus flower. This got Sudas thinking, there must be something very special about this Buddha that has got these two eminent people squabbling to this extent. Sudas changed his mind and decided to offer the lotus to Buddha himself. The king and the merchant tried their best to convince him otherwise, but he did not relent. Finally, all three reached Buddha. Sudas placed the lotus at the feet of the Buddha. The compassionate Buddha peered into his eyes and asked him why he didn't take the money for the flower, as it was a handsome amount. Why did he choose to give it to Buddha? Sudas replied, Sir, I don't know who you are, and equally, I don't know how I will benefit by offering this lotus to you. I, however, do understand that there must be something extraordinary, exclusive about you that has made these two gentlemen forget their civility and resort to such an uncouth behaviour. The money I would have got from selling the flower would not have lasted forever. On the contrary, this opportunity I have got is priceless, absolutely invaluable. Buddha held the lotus in his hand. Interestingly, however, he kept on holding the flower as he walked to the stage, platform, and sat down without saying a word. He was supposed to give a discourse, but instead he kept on quietly gazing at the flower, not once glancing at the disciples or the listeners who had gathered for his discourse. Needless to say, everyone was completely bewildered by the course of these events. The whole gathering was enveloped by the silence. Everyone was waiting with a bated breath. Suddenly the silence was pierced by hearty laughter. It was Mahakashyapa, Buddha's disciple. Buddha gave the flower to Mahakashyapa and said, Whatever could be communicated by words, I have given that to all. But that which is imparted without the need for words, I am giving that to you. This is the origin of Buddha's precept called Gamal Sutra. These scriptures in the Pali language unfortunately got extinct in India. Hindu Brahmins destroyed all the books and the libraries housing the books. However, these were resurrected in China, where the Lotus Sutra got written in Chinese language. These were then later translated into the Tibetan language and subsequently into the English language. Even till this date, the Buddhist intellectuals keep discussing the events that took place 2,500 years ago. They tried to find the meaning as to why Buddha kept on holding to the lotus in complete silence. Why did Mahakashyapa laugh? Why did Buddha give him the lotus? And what did he give Mahakashyapa without using words? Anything that can be imparted by using words cannot be bigger than the words. Something of profound import can only be given without the need for words. Let me make it easy for you to understand this. If I were to ask you to repeat all that I have said in the last 2 hours, verbatim, from the start to the end, you will be unable to do so. Why 2 hours? You will be unable even to repeat what I said in the last 10 minutes. You would want to listen to the recording. I'm not saying this is impossible because I know there are some people with enhanced faculty of memory who can do this, but most will be unable to do so. While sitting here, you have experienced, felt something beyond my words. A wordless communication has also taken place, provided you have been receptive enough to receive this. The one who can smell the fragrance of the meaning held in the words, he alone can really understand, really comprehend all that has been communicated. The real essence is beyond words. Not the words, but the meaning hidden in the words. Not the words, but to catch the silence in between the words. As you keep on listening, the mind stills, and this is the real thing. How much your intellect understands my words is not important. Rather, when your mind starts to still by continually listening to me, that is the really valuable accomplishment. When it is said, be with the Guru, it doesn't mean that the Guru is lecturing and you simply sit by him and listen. Instead, it means that by hearing the Guru's words, your mind should start to quieten, to get stilled, and it is only in a stilled, silenced mind that you will get the first rays of enlightenment. This path is really extraordinary. Ravidas says, I am wide awake when the whole world sleeps in the night. And in the daytime, I refrain from getting involved in intellectual arguments, futile questioning, and futile intellectual reasoning. He further says, every time I remember my beloved Lord, a fire rages in my heart. Now I am seated in the palanquin of love, and I am in union with my beloved. Such is the nectar of bliss I experience, that I cannot express it in words. And the one who gets a drop of this nectar, it finally assuages the perpetually unquenched thirst. The thirst that one has been trying in vain to quench since so very many lifetimes. No matter how much you seek to quench this thirst by pursuing the world, it will never get quenched. In fact, it will become even greater. And the one who gets this drop of nectar, just one drop, it leads to an incomparable, inconvertible, unparalleled, absolute satiety and content. Just a drop of this nectar is supremely invaluable, that cannot be expressed in mere words. For how can words express the brilliant luster and luminosity of the most scintillating star in the entire universe? Okay, chapter 11. O Lord, may I be the chosen one. How can a seeker lure the Lord? You need to beautify yourself with some virtues. Humility, bereft of any trace of ego, a fire of intense dispassion to the world, and a mind expunged of all impurities. And then, having surrendered to the Lord, be decked with the jewelry of these attributes. Singing his glory, one finally reaches the abyss where you get distance, even from your own self. This is the path of bhakti, devotion and love. A disciple in which one dedicates oneself to a meditative path of serving God and Guru. Walking on this most arduous path, purging all the impurities and demerits, and getting enriched with virtues, the seeker finally reaches the state where the momentous event of enlightenment happens. Guru Nanak Dev's path is mainly the path of love and not that of wisdom. Each Bani, secret Sikh text, starts either with Rag Sorhat, Rags Asa, or Raga Jayavanti. And interestingly, there is no reference made as to which Guru's words are there in that composition. They are not categorized using the Guru's name, but instead the word used is Mahala. So first Mahala means words of the first Guru, and so on. This indeed is very interesting, as there is no individual identity maintained. In the first Mahala, glory of the one who has got enlightened is sung with feminine sentiments. You are the one who is truly beautiful. You are the one who will never be widowed, as you have wedded the eternal Lord, who is never born and who never dies. And the Lord has embraced you as you imbibed all virtuosity, all merits, and finally embraced the essence of truth. When you imbibe and assimilate all virtues and merits, then you soar so high above the others. You didn't want to rise above the others, but by virtue of your merits, your austere spiritual practices, such was the showering of grace on you that you became the foremost prefect. Guru Nanak Dev continues, you are the maestro of all melodies. Music was pivotal to Guru Nanak Dev, and he had a deep knowledge of musical notes and the various ragas. So when he would sing in the morning, his singing would be based on a morning raga, and moreover, even the discourse would be in harmony with the morning raga. In fact, music is divine, and there is an amazing connection between melody and a mystique. Guru Nanak Dev's disciple, Mardana, would play the rabab, a stringed instrument. Mardana would often jokingly say that the only reason Guru Nanak had kept him by his side was because he could play the rabab. See, Mardana was a childhood friend of Guru Nanak Dev, hence they shared a friendly camaraderie as well, with presence of friendly jest and banter. Mardana would play the rabab and Guru Nanak would sing, and there was no right time or place for this duo. Be it midnight or afternoon, it was up to Guru Nanak's whim and fancy. It wasn't as if Guru Nanak would plan and ask Mardana to get the rabab. Mardana was so aware and so deeply in tune with his master that just by watching his face, he could make out what Guru Nanak would commence singing. Now it is said that Mardana had a weakness for food and would be constantly hungry. Guru Nanak would give him the permission to look for food, and when Mardana would go out to get the food, he would meet different kinds of people, some kind-hearted and others of devilish disposition. It is said that sometimes he would meet sorcerers who would hypnotize Mardana and transform him to sleep, and then Guru Nanak Dev would go to release him. It is not that literally his body would get transformed. Rather, the hypnotist would hypnotize Mardana into thinking that he had turned into a sheep. Mardana always remained with Guru Nanak Dev, and an important reason was his musical talent, his voice and his rabab, and he would be prepared at all times, for he knew when Guru Nanak would feel like singing. O Lord, behold this adornment of knowledge of love, for it is you who has adorned me with these alluring attributes. It is you who has chosen me. Rumi has said that it is beyond the ability of any man to search for God and say that he has finally found God. When you seek it, you cannot find it. God can be attained, but not discovered. As in culmination of a search or a quest, this is a profound statement indeed. God is beyond the reach of human quest. The only way he can be attained is if he so wills, if he finds you. An artist wanted to make a portrait wherein the face was demure, affable, and expressed innocence and love. He moved from one place to another, searching for that particular face. But all he could see was faces expressing anger, greed, envy. He finally wandered off to the mountains where he came across a young shepherd. Now, this shepherd's face had that pristine quality he was looking for, reflecting innocence, love, and compassion. He agreed to be the subject of the artist's portrait. It took the artist several weeks to finish the portrait, but he was mightily pleased with himself with the end result. He offered some money to the shepherd, who politely declined, saying that all he had done was simply sit in one place, and it was the artist who had taken all the efforts. The artist displayed the painting in his art gallery, but never sold the painting, as he regarded it as his very prized possession. After all, it had taken him a lot of effort to find that unique face. After some time had lapsed, the artist again had a desire to paint another face, but this time he wanted the portrait to be a complete contrast to his earlier painting. He wanted a face reflecting anger, envy, egotism, and evil. He started visiting gambling houses, liquor bars, and red light areas. He was looking for a face that reflected such barbarism that there would be no other bigger savage than that person. The face of the shepherd had reflected divinity. Now he was looking for one that reflected the evil, complete depravity and cruelty. He continued his search by frequenting various prisons and asked the warden if they had seen any criminal whose face sent shivers down their spine. One prison warden answered in the affirmative. He said that there was one highly vicious and monstrous prisoner who was due to undergo capital punishment. The warden took the artist to the prisoner's cell. In keeping what the warden had said, the artist shivered at the sight of the criminal. Nevertheless, he requested the warden to permit him to make a portrait of that prisoner, albeit from far. The warden relented. The artist commenced his work. Soon he realized that the criminal was actually helping by quietly sitting in one place, without showing any anger or aggression towards the artist. The portrait got completed by the 6th day, and the artist was gathering his work tools and winding up when he heard someone crying. He looked around, and to his amazement, it was none other than the criminal he had been sketching. The prisoner called out to him and said, "Haven't you recognized me? 20 years ago, you had sketched my face on the mountains. I am that very shepherd." The artist was stunned. The prisoner sobbingly continued, "Life took an unfortunate turn. I had to go through so much suffering, which people had inflicted on me, that I was engulfed by the fire of revenge and anger. I avenged my loss and anguish by killing the perpetrators. During all this, I didn't realize, when I had lost my innocence, the love and compassion in my heart. All humanity had left me, and I had turned into a savage. Two completely contrasting faces, the genteel face of the shepherd and the brutal face of the criminal. Yet they both represented the same individual. Human mind has both nectar and poison. It is up to each individual what he or she decides to express. End of the day, man is an animal, and it is easy for a man to slip into an animalistic tendencies. It is indeed very difficult to be a human. The one who is humane is a human. History has recorded the gross misdeeds of many a cruel man. Hitler, Barber, Stalin, to name a few. These were extreme examples of cruelty, but there are scores and scores of people who may not be that monstrous, but are nevertheless indulging in varying shades of evil. And then there are acts that people would not generally regard as wrong, like destroying plants, plucking and crushing the flowers, leaves, breaking the tree branches. These may seem like innocent acts, but they are not. This is a reflection of the mental violence which is being turned onto the helpless plants and trees. Do you know that the tree under which Buddha attained enlightenment, even on this day, the leaves exude a fragrance? Any place touched by the presence of an enlightened master becomes a pilgrimage. It is said that Guru Nanak Dev, in one of his travels, had rested under a tree called Rita. Its fruit is used for washing clothes. Mardana was hungry and said, "Master, you are resting in this isolated place where there is nothing to eat, and I am so very hungry. What should I eat?" Guru Nanak Dev replied, "You won't go hungry. Look up and see the Rita fruits. Eat them." Mardana said, "What? How can I eat that? It is inedible." Bala Guru Nanak Dev's other disciple said, "If our master is asking you to eat them, then go ahead and do so." It is said that half of the tree where Guru Nanak Dev was sitting, the Rita fruits became sweet and delicious. Isn't it amazing? that half of the tree bore sweet fruits, the half where Guru Nanak was sitting, whereas the others remained bitter and inedible. Subsequently, a Gurudwara was built there called Rita Sahib. There are two Gurus. One is the formless Lord residing within you, and the other is the external Guru in form. The external Guru in form guides you to the formless Guru within. You cannot find God. It is only when his merciful gaze falls on you that the thought of meditation, prayer, love, and need for the company of sages arises in you. When the Lord showers his grace on you, the external Guru appears, who guides you on your spiritual journey. It is only when the divine grace seeks you out that you start having the nobler thoughts of being with your external master, being in prayer, in meditation, and in contemplation. Not until then. So pray earnestly and fervently to the Lord. O Lord, seek me out and shower your divine grace so that my journey comes to fruition, that I finally become a whole after suffering the agony of feeling incomplete for aeons. O beloved Lord, cast your merciful eye on me, for I have no capability whatsoever of seeking you. I am full of inconsistencies and inadequacies. I have no worthiness, not even a steady resolve. The one who keeps falling all the time, how can I seek you? O Almighty, you are omnipotent, and there is nothing beyond your might. You can make a mute person sing, transform a pauper into prosperity, make a handicap scale the mountains, convert an idiot into an intellectual, and even resurrect the dead. There is nothing you can't do. Don't keep me bereft of your mercy, O merciful Lord. Junaid was a Sufi mystic. He would go to the mosque every day, read his namaz 5 times a day, fast and perform all kinds of austerities, but he could not find God. One day, out of desperation, he sat outside the mosque door and sobbed hysterically while banging his head to the wall. He kept wailing and saying, "So many years have lapsed since I have been seeking you, performing all austerities, calling out to you, but you have never replied. I won't do this anymore. I will go away and never come back to see you. Now, if you want, you seek me." He soon fainted and people carried him to his house. He remained unconscious for several days, but when he did regain consciousness, this was no ordinary waking up. He had woken up from the inside, had attained enlightenment. However, he never returned to the mosque. Someone asked him why he didn't do that anymore when earlier he had spent his entire life doing so. Junaid replied, "Earlier I used to go. That was uncalled for. It is still unnecessary. When I used to frequent the mosque earlier, I used to go with the intention of finding him, when all the time he was right within me. Hence, that was a wrong thing to do. Now that I have attained him within me, why should I then go to the mosque to seek him?" When you tread the path with such feelings and sentiments, there will be no room for any obstacles. Leave the entire burden to the Lord within and walk free, free of all anxieties and doubts, free of all fears and insecurities, free of all bondage and limitations. The one who is carrying the burden of the entire universe will he not be able to carry yours too? Surrender to his will and experience the ultimate freedom. Then whatever will be, will be. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Babaji, Lord Buddha, and Guru Ma, and all the divine masters. Deep, deep gratitude. What an amazing chapter. Okay. Kindly sit in a meditative position. Cross your feet. Clasp your fingers into fingers. Gently close your eyes. Be in the here and now. And focus on your each breath. We'll take 3 deep breaths. And as you breathe in, feel your stomach expand with the beautiful air. Hold. And gently release through your mouth. And again, a nice deep breath. Hold. And release. And another nice deep breath. Hold. And release. Now gently be here in the here and now. Do not worry about the past or the future. Just enjoy the here and now. Focus on each breath as the beautiful air fills your lungs. Taking this beautiful energy through the air that's re-energizing you, revitalizing every single organ in your body, every single cell, every single nerve within you is being replenished, recharged, and re-energized. And every time you breathe out, everything that's not wanted, that's toxic, negative, is coming out of you at every breath that you release. Feel yourself filled with lots of positive energy that's bringing you peace and calm and tranquility. And as you feel this peace, feel yourself as a light within, a beautiful, beautiful, radiant, bright light within you, between your eyebrows, this beautiful, beautiful light. Now gently take yourself as the light outside this beautiful body of yours and see yourself floating in the air as a bright, sparkling diamond almost, flying high above, out of your rooftop, out of your home, into the beautiful, beautiful sky. Feel the beautiful sun's rays on you, warming you, comforting you, and feel the cool, gentle breeze of the beautiful wind around you. You feel warm and calm as you rise higher and higher. And as you're flying around, you come across this beautiful, beautiful, radiant tree that's so inviting that you feel like going and meeting the tree and giving the tree a big hug with your light, as if you've got your arms around it. And as you see the tree, you see a little branch that's coming out at the top. And in that branch, there's a beautiful, beautiful nest. Now let's imagine for a while that in that beautiful nest is a beautiful, beautiful egg. And just for the meditation today, let's pretend that we've took that form of that egg that belongs to a beautiful bird, a chick, yet to be born. You're feeling very warm and snug as that little egg. You're in total surrender and you're at total peace and calm because you know you are safe. Your mother bird is looking after you and keeping you and protecting you in this beautiful nest high above in the branch. You can feel the warmth and love from your mother above you. Even though you're in this shell, not yet hatched, you still feel the love and warmth of your beautiful, beautiful mother looking after you. And as you're sat there, you're thinking, wonder what it's like outside of this eggshell that I've cramped in. What's the real world going to be like? Wonder when I'll meet my mother. Wonder how it will feel. What will the mother look like? So in your mind, you're thinking all these thoughts, but yet you feel tranquil and calm and content because you believe at the right time you will get to meet your mother. When the divine's timing is right, you'll be able to meet your mother and give your mother a big, big hug, and your father as well. Now the day's come, it's moonlight, the sun's gone down, and gently you realised that you've actually fully matured into a beautiful, beautiful chick that's about to be born from this beautiful egg. You stretch, and as you stretch, gently you break the shell of the egg. Wow! You feel so free. You can breathe. You take in the first gasps of air, and your eyes are shut at the minute because they're nice and watery. But as you feel yourself becoming stronger and stronger every second, all of a sudden, your mother's not over you, but by the side of you, looking at you with so much love and joy in her eyes, thinking, oh my God, the moment has arrived. My beautiful egg is now my beautiful little bird. And the beautiful mother and the father hug you and hold you next to them. And you feel so content and happy that you finally got to see what the big wide world is like out there. And as you feel this little bird that you are now, you're thinking, what do I need to do to become like my parents? And gradually, they actually help you and support you to stand on your own two little feet as a bird. And as you're sat there in the beautiful nest, they've got lots of little food for you to feed you and nourish you and make you strong. And you don't have to worry about finding the food, as the birds help you through their beaks and feed you and nourish you. And that first morsel of food actually makes you so, so happy and content. You can feel the love and joy that you're receiving that beautiful, beautiful morsel of food. And you still feel very safe, very protected. And you feel one with your parents because they're raising you and looking after you and protecting you. And no matter what's going around the jungle around you, you're not scared. Nothing's worrying you. You can hear the other birds. You can hear the roar of a lion, but you feel unflinched, totally at ease, totally at peace, because you have faith in your parents. You have totally surrendered into their love and their help and support. You know God has made you super, super strong, and you're so blessed to have parents who are looking after you, watching you and guarding you. And now, day by day, you're becoming stronger and stronger. And now your parents are saying, the day has come for you to come out of this nest and gently waddle yourself to the end of the branch. And as you're walking on this branch, feeling a bit nervous, thinking, what do I do? How do I fly? How will it work? What if I drop? and can't fly? All these questions are being raised in your head, but you've put them at the back of your mind. You're fully focused on concentrating on following the steps and guidelines given by your parents who are watching your every move and guiding and helping you and nudging you along on this beautiful branch of a tree. Now the moment has come. You need to go out and explore the whole world, see the beauty around you, and you need to survive by feeding yourself. Your parents can't feed you forever. You need to learn to feed yourself. So as you come to the tip of the branch, the moment has come, and you look behind to your parents standing there, watching you, smiling, being so proud of you for what you've become. You've learnt all the tricks because you've been watching all the other siblings and all the other birds around you. You know exactly what you need to do. You've got the full faith within and in your parents. And as you flap your wings for the very first time, you take a big breath in, close your eyes, and flap your wings, and away you go. And oh my God, what a feeling! You are a free bird, full of freedom. You're no longer constrained to that nest or that branch. The whole world is yours to explore. What a beautiful, beautiful feeling. You have become strong. God has gifted you with his beautiful wings, and you can fly high, high in the sky. Feel the beautiful sun's rays on you. You can dive in and out of other flowers, other trees, and you can either come down, snoop, and take a drink from the beautiful river near you, and become one with the beautiful world around you. And as you're on the ground, walking on the ground, you look up and look at your both parents with their wings with each other, as if they're cuddling each other, saying, "Oh my God, how proud are we? We have taught our child how to fly." And they look so happy and content that you have now found your own freedom to fly and become who you actually are. No longer a chick, totally reliable on the parents, or an egg that's just totally surrendered. You are your own fully fledged, beautiful bird with beautiful shiny feathers. And you know all that you need to do to feed yourself, defend yourself, and keep yourself safe. What a beautiful, beautiful feeling. And as you fly around, you say your gratitude to the universe for giving you this beautiful body as a bird, because you feel one and content. You are doing everything that you need to do as your dharma as a bird. You're looking after yourself, and you also look after your parents and visit them in that beautiful branch of a tree. And you go and feed them now because they're frail. It's now your responsibility to look after your parents and show the gratitude and love that they've given you all these years. And as a beautiful, beautiful bird flying high in the sky, looking at the beautiful rainbow, thinking, "Oh my God, what a beautiful, beautiful world that our super almighty God has created. How super blessed am I?" And as you become this bird flying high in the sky, you come down now, down from the jungle, back into your normal neighborhood that you're normally in a physical body. You come back through the rooftop as this light. You're no longer the bird. You've come back to the true light that you actually are, and back into your human body. And you come back thinking, "Oh my God, What a wonderful feeling it is to think how it must be to be a chick, to be a bird, and to be able to soar and fly. How lucky we are, how blessed we are to have this power of visualization and a beautiful, beautiful mind and brain and intellect that can visualize and imagine whatever we want to. So deep, deep gratitude to our parents for gifting us all our intellect, this beautiful body, our mind, and every single cell and organ that we're so blessed to have. For our senses to experience everything and to be happy and joyous. To our ancestors for looking after us and showering us with their divine love and blessings. To all our teachers, all our gurus who've held our hand, whether in physical form or through a spiritual form, they've guided us and helped us throughout every single birth that we've taken. Through all the cycles of births and deaths, our gurus have never left us. They are always with us, always present, helping and supporting us. Deep, deep gratitude to the whole cosmos, to the planets, to the 5 elements, and everything that we're so blessed to have. Everything we own, everything that makes our life easier, and every single person that is in our life, that is helping us in some shape or form, either by loving us or by teaching us a lesson and making us stronger day by day. Deep, deep gratitude to technology for allowing us to connect and join and grow on this spiritual path. Deep, deep gratitude to the trees who's given us so much, from the paper that's used to create the beautiful books, to the desks, the chairs, everything that we use. Deep, deep gratitude to the plant kingdom, mineral kingdom, animal kingdom, bird kingdom, to all the 4 seasons, and for all the positivity and experiences. And deep, deep gratitude to all the lessons that we're learning on a daily basis, and for the self-reflection and growth that we're experiencing every single day. Deep, deep gratitude to everybody in our life, from our colleagues, our neighbours, our family and friends, everyone who's playing their part in helping us reach our soul purpose and our destination to be one with the Almighty Supreme Being one day. Deep, deep gratitude to you all for sharing your divine energies with us today. And deep, deep gratitude to Lord Buddha for helping us follow his examples of being compassionate, kind and caring. To Babaji, and also to Guru Ma and all the divine masters for helping us, supporting us, and being the air beneath our wings. Deep, deep gratitude to you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Babaji. Kindly rub your hands, put them over your beautiful eyes. Feel the positive cosmic rays. Gently open your eyes within your hands. Feel the amazing positivity and divine energy seeping into you through your eyes. Take this all over your beautiful face, your beautiful head covering your brain, your skull, your ears, neck, shoulders, upper arm, lower arm, hands, chest, stomach, all your organs, thighs, knees, legs, feet, and feel totally re-energized and recharged. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Babaji.